Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Cam's Retro Gaming. So, I recently finished Dead Space Extraction for the Wii. It's an on-rail shooter set in the Dead Space universe. I think it's technically considered sort of the first game or like a prequel to the series. Now, I've played a little bit of the very first Dead Space, a little bit of the second one, but I never finished either one. So I kind of consider this like the first real Dead Space game I've ever played. And it's pretty good. The on rails aspect is fun in the sense that it's almost kind of like there's a cool storyline involved with the game. And you kind of sit back and watch things unfold. So the story's pretty important. It's like a survival horror on-rail shooter, if that would interest you, and of course in the Dead Space universe. And Dead Space kind of reminds you of Aliens/Alien, The Thing, and Event Horizon, kind of all wrapped up into one. So I'd recommend it. As far as the actual shooting is concerned, it's weird. It's hard to explain with the Wiimote. It's almost like you're operating a mouse in the air with how it aims. The crosshairs are always on the screen, and it doesn't work all that great. I don't know. I maybe give it about like a 7 out of 10 as far as accuracy, but it didn't cause me to have any real issues. It still worked for me. There's different weapons you can choose, and it does have an arcade feel at times. It's, you only have 4 slots for your weapons, so if you get a new one and you're all full, you have to kind of decide where to put them. And to be honest, I didn't really keep good track of what was what. So there are situations in the game where I probably had a suboptimal weapon choices. That's just kind of my fault, though. I don't know. I don't really pay a lot of attention. The weapons didn't seem to me oh, this is obviously what this would do, like a shotgun or like a sniper rifle. There are all these kind of Dead Space weapons that I wasn't super familiar with. So, that was the one thing. If I just paid probably better attention of what worked better for what situation, because there are a lot I just didn't think worked well. And the main weapon, I guess it's the bolt. Is it the bolt gun? Or whatever. Maybe not the bolt gun. I'm thinking of Warhammer. But it's like that main weapon you get when you first play Dead Space. You do have unlimited ammo with that, and you have limited ammo for everything else. And I know this is kind of not even remotely of a new game. It's on the Wii, but it's an on-rail shooter, and I like shooters and I like on-rail stuff. It's fun. So this was one I wanted to try out, and I got it for a good deal in the scratch section of my local spot. So yeah, cool story. I think bookends nicely to probably the beginning of the first game, although you kind of lose all the mystery if you play this first. The first, Dead Space, at least at that time when you first played it, if memory serves, you don't really know what happened. A lot of it's just kind of very eerie, and you're discovering things, and this would just give away the entire premise. Anyway, though, it's worth checking out for sure. I'd recommend it. So Dead Space Extraction, give it a shot if you have a Wii. I didn't use the Wii gun thing because I felt like it was not worth paying. Maybe it is $10 for that piece of plastic. So I just kind of held the Wii mote like an idiot, but it would have been probably a lot more comfortable in retrospect to play it with the plastic thing. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you guys real soon.